Are you concerned about your pet being overweight or obese? Are you wondering how to go about introducing a diet or optimising a weight loss program for your cat or dog? Well, in this video series, we'll address the rising problem of overweight pets, discuss why we should be concerned about how we get our dogs and cats back to their healthy weight so they can live a happy, healthy life to their full potential. Hi, I'm Dr. Alex Avery from HardPetsHealth.com, helping you and your pet to live a healthier, happier life. Obesity is a rapidly developing problem, so much so that it is seen by many vets and pet owners as one of the biggest issues facing our pet population, with the majority of people recognising that an overweight or obese pet will have a compromised quality of life and a reduced lifespan. It's great that people are recognising the weight issues have significant consequences. What isn't so great though is the fact that these same people are not recognising the problem of their own pets being overweight. We can see this clearly in a US study which determined that a whopping 54% of dogs and 59% of cats are either overweight or obese. 80% of pet owners classified their own pets as being normal or healthy. Now this is clearly impossible. Put simply, if I lined up 5 overweight pets, 3 of their owners would tell me their pet was a healthy weight. Pet obesity is clearly by no means limited to the United States. It's a global problem with 36% of dogs and 29% of cats considered overweight in the UK, and this rises to 40% of dogs and 30% of cats in Australia and New Zealand. Now many owners will claim that their obese pet actually hardly eats anything, and then will often make excuses as to why their pets are overweight, saying they're just big boned, naturally stocky, or they have a medical condition causing them to be the weight they are. Well, if you are really concerned about the latter, then you must consult your vet, but in reality the vast majority of our overweight pets suffer neither underactive thyroid problems or other hormonal abnormalities that cause obesity. And being spayed or castrated is not an excuse either, as our neutered pet population has every potential to be a normal, healthy weight. We just need to recognise that after neutering, our pet needs change. We need to feed them around 25% less after neutering and maintain exercise levels to ensure muscle maintenance. So hopefully we can all accept that there is a problem in general and recognise that despite what we may think, our own pets may actually be suffering from being overweight. But why should we care? What harm is there in our dogs and cats being a little tubby? Well, fat is not just a substance that sits around doing nothing, although this is something that we used to believe for a long time. Instead, fat's presence in the body affects many different functions and so causes detrimental effects to an individual for a number of different reasons. Fat actually produces messenger chemicals in the form of hormones, as well as a number of inflammatory proteins, and these molecules either result in direct impairment of normal body functions or result in an overweight individual being in a state of persistent low-grade inflammation. Now this is not healthy. Both of these play a role in the development of chronic diseases such as arthritis, heart disease and diabetes, and other diseases that overweight animals are more likely to experience also include urinary tract disease, urinary incontinence, airway disease, fatty liver disease, cruciate ligament damage, and even some cancers. An amazing example of this is a study done in Labradors that clearly demonstrated the fact that overweight, not obese, but only overweight Labradors suffered from arthritis on average 3 years before and died 2 years early than their healthy weight counterparts. Put another way, this means that healthy weight dogs can potentially live pain-free for 3 years longer than those that are overweight, as well as living for an extra 2 years in total. Now just think as well that this study did not even look at obese dogs, it was just overweight dogs. Cats are clearly not immune from the effects of being overweight either. It's been reported that an obese cat is 4 times more likely to develop diabetes. They're also over twice as likely to suffer from skin disease and 5 times more likely to suffer from lameness. Now, let's remove specific diseases from the equation and instead focus on a study that assessed the quality of life as perceived by each pet owner. There was unsurprisingly a clear difference. Healthy weight dogs appeared to be much more energetic and enthusiastic, as well as being more active and comfortable than their overweight counterparts. Obese animals performed even worse than the overweight ones, so clearly, as weight increases, quality of life deteriorates. This is especially notable because it was information as reported by normal owners. And remember, a lot of us don't even realise that our pets are in fact overweight or obese. Now, a final problem with being overweight or obese comes about should our pets require investigations and surgery for other conditions. Being overweight can increase anaesthetic risk and also increase the potential for surgical complications to take place, as many surgeries will take a little bit longer and be that little bit more challenging as a result of the increased body fat. So how can we tell if a cat or dog is overweight? Well, thankfully, the answer to this is quite simple. We have a great tool to use, and that's known as the body condition score. Using this tool, we can determine an individual's body shape and mark them on a scale of 1 to 9, with 4 or 5 being normal, healthy weight. A score of 6 or 7 would make a cat or dog overweight by around 10 to 20%, and 8 or 9 means obesity, with a body weight of at least 30 or 40% greater than is healthy. Body condition scoring is something anybody can do, although experience does help to allow breed variations to be considered. Now, to learn more about body condition scoring, how to score your own pet, take a look at the separate body condition scoring linked here, and also found on ourpetshealth.com. You may have seen breed weight charts where specific breeds are giving their normal healthy weight range. Now, I'm personally not much of a fan of these because the weight ranges are typically pretty big, and that reflects the range of sizes within each breed, and they understandably do not take into account crossbreeds. Body condition scoring is far superior, reflecting the true condition of each individual pet. Okay, so now we know how big a problem obesity is in our cat and dog population. We know what problems being overweight can cause and how we can score our own pets to determine if they are overweight or not. So what comes next? Well, if your pet is a healthy weight, congratulations. It's important, however, not to now just ignore weight. Obesity is a dynamic disease. Weight changes with time, and we need to ensure that our pet's healthy weight is maintained. Now, if your pet is overweight or obese, don't worry. And in a way, congratulations as well, because this disease can only be addressed if we accept that it is a problem in the first place. Denial gets us nowhere. Now you've recognised the problem and accepted the need to act, there's always a benefit of losing weight. And even in those individuals who are already arthritic and painful, a loss of as little as 6% of body weight can result in a significant reduction in lameness and improvement in pain. As for how we can go about getting a cat or dog's weight down to a healthy level, watch our following video, Pet Obesity Diet and Weight Loss Programs for Dogs and Cats. I really hope that this video helps our overweight pets get started on the road to achieve their healthy weight. And for those healthy weight pets, it helps prevent them from ever becoming overweight. If you have any questions, if you have any weight loss tips or motivational stories you'd like to share, then I'd love to hear them in the comments down below. Also consider subscribing so that you don't miss out on future content and allow me to continue to help you and your pet live a healthier, happier life. So until next time, I'm Dr. Alex from ourpetshealth.com, because they're family.